boutique studios exist because gyms didn't do what they needed to do to keep the customer.
You have franchise people selling franchises, and you have big box delivering an inferior experience. Fitness is absolutely broken right now. The customer's lost, right? Make money selling franchises or make money in a big box and hope people don't show up. That's how fitness works, right? The more people don't show up, the more money you make. Short term. They're going to walk into this thing and they're going to say, this is the best thing I've ever seen. There's nothing like it. You have to define how you're going to do things differently. So it's going to be great studio, great people, right? And the personalized service. So we're going to do what's required for you. I think people are going to walk into this thing and they're going to say, where the hell did this thing come from? I want one in my city.
All right. So I'm joined by Jenna and Jeff York today, guys. Welcome to Art of the Brand.
Thanks. It's awesome to be here.
I'm actually super pumped to talk to you guys because you guys have such a different background, and I don't think the health and fitness industry is ready for what you guys are going to do. So we're going to jump into it today.
Awesome.
Let's go.
So you guys have both very different backgrounds. Who wants to start? Because we need to know your who, what, where, why, how.
So I'm a D1 swimmer, swim at Purdue University. Always loved business. So I figured, why not understand the numbers? Became a CPA, realized desk job was not for me. Worked in Chicago, New York, and during that time was doing all the boutique fitness studios. Always an athlete for my whole life, so going to the gym as a social thing was a new thing. It was always, 20 hours of swimming a week plus weights, have to do it. Being able to go to boutique studio, then brunch, go to, Barry's class, then brunch, that really resonated with me. And I was like, this is an awesome way to see friends, be healthy. And of course there's some booziness in the brunch as well, but at least you got your workout in. So took that, then was approached to, run operations for a fitness franchise in my hometown of Ottawa. And we were going to expand it to Toronto. Kind of came in, it was absolute dumpster fire, was not scalable at all. So basically built the franchise from scratch, kind of got in, worked the front desk, did every class, figured out what is actually this model and how are we going to scale it. Did a lot of research, did my own, learned a bunch of stuff on my own. Obviously Jeff has a lot of franchising experience, so
cool.
Bounced ideas off of him. But yeah, built this, franchise fitness boutique studio concept up to 15 locations at one point. COVID then hits. We have all in-person training. We have 3,000 members to take care of. So we launched a virtual studio. So my business partner and I, we put our heads together. We didn't even sleep through most of COVID, figuring out how do we keep our trainers, paid. We didn't want them to have to go on government subsidies. They wanted to help people. Let's create an avenue for them to help people. Yeah. So we kind of launched our V1 platform of Zoom classes, and up to 7 live classes a day, got all of our trainers working 7 days a week. So we ran that for probably all of COVID. Canada was shut down multiple times. So basically the government said, we're shutting you down for on and off for 2 years. You guys have to, so basically we had to transform our whole model overnight. We were doing 50 people classes, went down to 12, 8 with social distancing at one point. This whole idea of hybrid training came to be. Like, why, just because you have to go on freeze or you have to hold your membership, why can't you get a workout in? Yeah. What are you doing if you're not with us? So this idea of, we can deliver results, really good 3D live interactive experiences with coaching, make it personalized online and in our studio. So we did that, and then got approached by Altea, who liked what we were doing in the online space. They were, building their second fitness and wellness club in downtown Toronto, and they wanted us to kind of help them add an online digital component. And so we started doing that, and they said, hey, well, we actually need help with, adding more personalization, getting, a top tier membership. And we said, okay, well, we do that. We can help you. We'll bring in our training in-house. We'll create an LF3 studio inside of your club, and we'll create a diamond membership. Everyone gets a personalized 7-day plan. We'll have a diamond community manager. We'll do real legit strength training. None of this frou-frou stuff that we see with 2-pound dumbbells. It's like legit strength training. People are going to get real results. They're going to move properly. We're going to get personal trainers who want to coach this because it's quality. And kind of we started there, and then we started scaling it across all of their clubs, because with the franchise knowledge, we knew, how do you get personal trainers teaching group fitness? We'll get them to buy in and then get them confident, and then the rest is history. Have a program that they follow, make it results driven. Everything just always needs to make sense. And if you're doing right by the member, you can get buy-in very easily because you're not spewing a bunch of BS. So we're very anti-BS. That happened, and at the same time we had built a software platform which we were running all of our studios on. We had used MindBody and all those, and none of them really did what we needed. We wanted to simplify it, but we also wanted to really get to know our member very well. So to know that, you need to know what they do when they come to your facility. So we basically brought that in, paired it with Altea. We run now all the clubs on it. And then this idea of, okay, well, what's the next, this diamond membership works so well. People want to be told what to do when they come to the club. They want to use their membership. They want to get results. Why doesn't that exist in a big box space? And when I say big box, it's like, the Good Lives, the Equinox, like the Lifetimes, where you just come and you don't know what to do unless you have a trainer or you go and do a random fitness class and you just bop around. So we said, well, we have a smaller square footage. We can't have that many members. We want to make it upscale. We're coming to like the hottest market in all of Canada, in Yorkville. People are going to demand a lot more. How are we going to make a splash, and how are we going to actually do right for that community? Like, we need to bring something they're going to want.
Yeah.
So the idea of, well, let's bring our personalized approach, results-driven programming, and then bring it into a smaller footprint, but then make all the studios talk to one another. So yes, LF3 is, no BS, but let's make a kick-ass Pilates studio. Let's make really good hot yoga and hot mat Pilates. Let's have, results-driven cycle. Let's have boxing taught by like actual technicians and fighters. Let's just like cut through the frou-frou performers. Like, that's a lot of what I saw in New York was like, I'm an actor. I want to be I'm a B-list celeb, so I want to go teach fitness. They're not even qualified, and they're just dancing, and maybe they're really good at DJing, but
they're not a fitness instructor.
They're not a fitness instructor. So there's a lacking of fitness knowledge, but a lot of people who are really good at fitness can't make enough money doing it. So that's why our industry has a lack of really highly qualified people that teach in person, because you can make more money online, or you just get paid pennies by these gym operators who are like, oh, I'll pay you $20 an hour, right? So the idea of, if we're going to deliver this amazing personalized experience where everything talks to each other, well, we're going to need the best talent. And the best talent needs to be able to make a living so they can fully dedicate all their time to like being the best in their craft. Yeah. So this idea of like creating full-time opportunities. So what we're doing in this new concept AVANT, and it's going to start trickling down to Altea as well, because we really believe that this is how the future of fitness is you want to create career opportunities for really good fitness professionals and people that are passionate about the industry. They need to be able to live. You're not doing that on $20 to $40 a class. And then they'll get bought in, they'll want to help the members, and the members will feel that everybody here wants to be here. They are like, proud to be here. They're delivering a really good service because they're like so bought in. So the experience we're bringing to Yorkville now is kind of like a culmination of all of our learnings. Yeah. A lot of failed experiences, learning what not to do. But I feel like now we're very clear on what we need to do to create like a lights out experience. And it's a merriment of the fitness, and then you look at, okay, what do I do for recovery? I have to go buy a $200 membership to go and like sit in a chair with red light, or like go sit in a sauna. Like, people don't want to do that because you don't burn calories. People want to pay money to look better, and you're not going to buy a recovery membership, but everybody needs it, and it's the least sexy thing to do. You don't want to spend your time on it. So we brought in like the best recovery modalities as well under this one roof. So this whole concept of the best of fitness, the best of wellness, we vetted it all, because you also don't have time to vet stuff. Like, people are busy, they have jobs, they're not specialists in fitness and wellness. Well, we are. So we'll break everything down for the member. We'll tell them exactly how to use our full facility to get, their 7-day plan out of it. You tell us what you need. We scan, we do a advanced body composition scan. Everything is driven by results, and you do exactly what we say. You will get shredded, you will look great, you'll feel great, you're going to live longer, you're going to build muscle. So just kind of this whole idea of a fitness ecosystem that's really high quality, taught by really passionate people with very results-driven, science-backed recovery. And it's all under one place. So you're not going and spending $1,200 for overpriced boutique memberships, right? Boutique studios exist because gyms didn't do what they needed to do to keep the customer. They only ran one boot camp class when they wanted a boot camp at 7 p.m. So then they said, okay, I'm going to open up a boot camp studio and run that same class 7 times a day. That's why a studio exists. They gave more attention to the member, they created a community, and they didn't feel lost when they came to the gym. So having worked in boutiques, I know it works. We've tested it. I was obsessed with our product for 8 to 10 years. So I know how to really get a member that is sticky, who loves your product, and get them bought in because you deliver on your promise. You bring that into this broken big box model, and you really redefine like what people should start to expect from their fitness and wellness club. That's why we say like we're not a gym, but we have to say that we're a gym because people don't understand yet what we're bringing to the market. And I feel like it's kind of a battle where it's this amazing thing that we're bringing, but it's not understood yet because it doesn't exist. And it doesn't exist because it's very hard to execute, but we're pretty excited. It's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of overhead, but people need this. So I don't know. Anyways, that's a long-winded approach of where I am now.
Where you've been, where you've come from. I think that also needs a bit, like, before we get into your experience too, Jeff, because you broke down a lot for what makes this business so interesting, because it's really going to be a disruptor for the space. It's funny, I get so many people that say like, I'm going to be the next Uber of whatever, and I'm like, no, you're not. But you guys actually are, because that's what's so complicated about this space, is that boutique has been done good enough. There was still space for improvement on the boutique front, because as things became more expensive, people that entered into boutique, it was more like their third job. No one could make money. It was like a passion thing. You didn't even touch on even your injury, which was like a huge piece too in this, getting injured while being in a high performance sport and how much that impacted your life. Yeah. Do you want to touch on that quickly before we move back into
so
this?
I broke my back, overuse injury, being a competitive swimmer in high school, but no one really believed me. My coaches are like, oh, you're fine, keep swimming. So I swam Olympic trials, could barely do a flip turn without pain. Then my freshman year swam with a broken back. They're like, take pain meds, take this. And I was like, I'm not going to get addicted to pain meds for the sake of swimming. So ended up getting back surgery, and then, made my comeback, lots of rehab later, but I was still getting pain all the time. And it wasn't until I started working at the studios after I took on the job running operations that I started working with my now business partner, who was like, yeah, why would you not push overhead? Like, how are you going to strengthen your spine again? Why would you not do this? My surgeon had put all these restrictions on me. And he's like, well, how are you ever going to, get stronger if you never lift overhead? How is your spine going to, do X, Y, and Z? And started like pushing the envelope. And I was like, you know what? That actually makes a lot of sense. Okay, let's try it. And I went from, like kind of feeling okay, like having to go to osteo all the time, to now I'm pretty much like bulletproof. And I took that perspective on, like, your training should make your body bulletproof, not break you down. Yeah. Like, if you're going to spend all this time doing things, like, it's not about the calories, it's not about the sweat. It's like, are you doing something that's going to set you up for success long term? That's at least how I look at it, because injuries for me are moving wrong for too long. And then your body just says, okay, that's enough. So the idea of you change how you move, you don't get injured, you break the cycle. And so now I have my BS detector is like so high on all these fitness things. I'm like, that's an injury waiting to happen. Like this whole CrossFit thing with people doing like terrible form, lifting heavy weight, high reps, is like, that is not going to be good long term. So I'm very of the proponent, and because of the experiences I've had and just kind of everything I went through, I like things for efficiency, for longevity, and that makes sense. Yes, I like the aesthetics. I want to look good for my workout. I don't want to, not look good, but that's a smaller component as far as moving pain-free for life. That's kind of what I'm focused on.
But you can have both.
Yeah, like you can have both.
It can be a high-end experience where you experience boutique fitness, because boutique fitness has been shitty at the big
that was
gyms.
my biggest problem. It's you just go and do random crap every time you go in.
Or they say they have Pilates, and it's like not Pilates, and no one goes and signs up for a Good Life membership because it's got the best Pilates. No. It's not what you do.
No, they go because it's variety, but it's crappy variety, because they just play a tape, or they have everyone run the same thing. It's not, you just show up to get paid. You don't show up to like deliver an experience. Yes. And like the true masters of their craft come in and they want to like light up a room. They like want to leave an impact on the room. They really want to like push people to somewhere they haven't been. And those are the kind of people you want delivering the experience, not here for the Instagram, here for the selfies.
Well, that's the opportunity. That's the opportunity we can seize right now, because the industry is absolutely broken. Right? It's like our healthcare industry. It's broken. We treat sick people. Like in the gym industry, what they want to do, you have franchise people selling franchises, and you have big box delivering an inferior experience. and the customer is forgotten in everything. And my whole life's been about the customer. So like, just to tell you a little bit, I started at, Jen and I share one thing in common. We're both CPAs and we're both D1 athletes. So I was a hockey player at Princeton. Again, I hurt my back as well.
Another thing in common.
Another thing in common, which I'm still working on. Back injuries never go away. So, and then I was a CPA and I was the auditor for Giant Tiger. And then Giant Tiger, the good auditor, not the CRA one. So they hired me to be their controller, and then I eventually became president at 36. Ran that for 10 years, learned how to compete against Walmart. So as every other Canadian discounter was going out of business, Giant Tiger was growing at a double-digit rate every year that I was there. And it was simple. It was finding good people, empowering them, and treating them with respect and as a partner. And then we concentrated on being the lowest price with a cheap, cheerful. That was what our clothing was, right? Or brands at a discount, but do something that others weren't doing. Because if you're going to compete against Walmart head on, it's like running into a brick wall. You're going to get bloody. So do something different. So we created a whole direct import business, fashion business, and food. We got into food in a big way, and Giant Tiger's still thriving today. It's one of the last discounters left competing against Walmart. It's Dollarama, Walmart, and Giant Tiger. And then while I was with Giant Tiger, we would shop at this store called Farm Boy. And we'd take the kids there, and then the monkey would swing and the cow would moo. They'd pull the tail, and they all loved it. And I said, I met the owners from Farm Boy, and I said, why are you only in Ottawa? I said, this is the best grocery fresh food experience I've ever seen. And I said, he goes, well, we just in Ottawa, we need a leader to help grow it. And so I went home, and I remember I was talking to my wife about it, and Giant Tiger was great, right? I was the second top owner. We're growing across Canada, very, very well paid. And I loved it because I put the team together as my team. So it was kind of like my baby. And I just said, that's enough's enough. Like, I was trying to change an equity deal with the chairman, and it just wasn't going the way I wanted it to go. And I just said, I got to make a change now. So when I was 46, then I went to the Farm Boy, 3 brothers, and said, guys, let's work together, and I'll help you grow this thing. I like growing things, and I want to disrupt the industry. So then I said, so we went around and studied everything at Farm Boy. We studied Whole Foods, Wegmans. We went over to England. We just Marks and Spencer. We went and we looked at all of the best, and we rated everything at Farm Boy. And we said, we're either going to be the best at it or we're not going to do it. So then we just went department by department and just figured out how to be the best. And then we did this really neat thing. We added salad bars and fresh food into it. I said, let's compete against restaurants. Okay, because it's really hard to compete against Walmart. So then we said, let's get into salad bars, hot bars, and now it's a huge part of Farm Boy. Yeah. Like most people, young people don't even think of Farm Boy without the salad bars, but those only exist since when we started putting them in 2012, 2013.
But salad bars with like actual protein and like actually real
so this
ingredients.
Well done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and we put it in. So Mondays, Tuesdays were always slow days at Farm Boy. So weekends are really busy, and we weren't good at getting males to come into the store. They just didn't want to shop like there was shopping. So it said, if we put steak, AAA steak in the salad bar, and we charge it by the pound, we will get males into our store. So immediately we put out this Subway. Remember Subway used to get the stickers? You get 10 stickers, you'd get a free sub.
Yeah.
So I said, let's go throwback. Like 10 stickers, you get a free salad. Males like to collect. They put it in their wallet, right? And then we put steak. And immediately the sales went crazy and shot up like crazy. And we put salad bars in all the stores, then hot bars. But again, the way you do business is, I've always believed, do the opposite of what everybody's doing. So if you're doing what everybody's doing, you're probably wrong. So that's what we came in. So fitness is absolutely broken right now. The customer's lost, right? Make money selling franchises or make money in a big box and hope people don't show up. That's how fitness works, right? The more people don't show up, the more money you make, short term. But they eventually quit, right? They'll churn their membership. Half of them will churn out every year. So when I first looked at this business model, as an investor, I came in as an investor. for Liberty Village, because we were going to put a farm boy beneath the Altea. It was supposed to be a Highland Farms, the Liberty Village location, but Sobeys bought Farm Boy in 2018. So we had to Sobeys had negotiated to get the Whole Foods location at Front and Bathurst, which is a mile away from that location. So we couldn't do it. But I got to know Dave, and I introduced Jenna to him. And Jenna says, "I'm not doing big box. We're not doing big box. We're boutique. They don't know what they're doing. Like, we don't want to be," because Jenna was during like anti big box, and I said,
because it sucks at boutique.
Yeah,
well,
because
it's just a
bad experience, right?
It kills the brand. It
Like,
kills the vibe.
Yeah.
You go into these crappy places like Good Life and LA Fitness and stuff. They're awful, right? And then I said, okay, so let's redefine it. Let's figure out how we're going to make it great, and start with the LF3. Went in, right? And then as it came in, we put LF3 in, and the Diamond program and the booking and things like that. I said, treat the people that come into the big boxes like a boutique. So that's what this is the journey we're on right now. And AVANT is where we're starting with the customer in absolutely personalized service. And people, they don't even believe us right now, the people in Yorkville, that we're actually going to do this. I swear they don't know. They're going to walk into this thing and they're going to say, this is the best thing I've ever seen. There's nothing like it. Nothing like it, because we've been to all of them, right? The closest is probably from Equinox in New York, which is, it's a hospitality brand, right? It's not even a fitness brand like we are, right? And Equinox don't know how to do fitness. They don't. Like, if you go into their Yorkville location, like their hot yoga is a yoga studio where they open the blinds and let the sun in. And that's what they told me when I was on the tour. I said, "Where's your hot yoga?" Then I went down into the fitness room, right? And people were dragging their own weights in to do their fitness class. I go, that's not, and they're paying a high price to do this, right?
Premium,
yeah. So we're going to come into it like premium valet first. Like, it's going to be, the rooms will be set up. It's going to be top-notch equipment with the best instructors. You have to see our team. Like, the team that we have hired, like, we hire one way: attitude. Customer service attitude. Everybody that's joined the brand, high customer service attitude. How do we know that? That's how Farm Boy competed against Loblaws and all the big companies, Walmart, that would buy cheaper, like, and do things differently. So you have to define how you're going to do things differently. So it's going to be great studio, great people, right? And the personalized service. So we're going to do what's required for you. And people think like, oh, it's expensive. Okay, how much do you pay to do a cycle, a Pilates, and a berries per month if you're into it?
It's $50 a class, so a lot of money.
It's like at least $1,200 a month.
Yeah, at least.
Plus the smoothies, plus.
Well, with all the add-ons in the smoothies, because I get everything.
So I approach it this way. Like, I'm a business guy, okay? Like, and the math has to work. So we put out a slide in an investor deck, and it was funny because we're raising money, and these things aren't inexpensive to open, right? It's very, very, when people they're going to walk in, and our entrance is better than the Four Seasons. I think this one's going to be better. The one in Ottawa is the Four Seasons when you walk in, right?
I saw it. It was crazy.
You've seen it, yes. So you walk in and you go,
what is this wonderland?
And you go, what am I coming into, right?
This huge place that is so nice.
Exactly. So and we want to wow you, right? When you come in, it's got to be different than anywhere else, right? So the first thing you see is the front, and you see smiling people that actually like their jobs, right? A lot of people are in this industry, like, they don't really like to be in the industry. No. Our people really like to work.
Because they're paid well.
They're actually leaving their jobs in other industries because they're passionate about fitness and wellness. And they're like, I can actually have a career in this.
At livable wage.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So AVANT, like, the beauty of AVANT is not just for Yorkville. So if you look at real estate across the world right now, second floor condo towers, rental buildings, ground floor, they can't rent them. Like, what are you going to put in a lot of this place? So we can go into a lot of vacant real estate. This was the old Nordstrom rack we're going into.
Yeah.
Many cities thought people would shop on the second floor. They don't. In Canada specifically, they do not want to shop for groceries on the second floor.
No, it's not easy.
It's not easy, right? So all we need is an escalator to get up from the main floor to the second floor. You go into Liberty Village, like, it's 3 floors, right? Vancouver, we're in 3 floors. So we're a solution for landlords. and we'll bring an amenity that they can lease up their building faster with us in it.
Yeah.
So that's what we see with Avant. Like we're in the 74-story tower, right? And we've got this whole second floor, 31,000 square feet, but they're going to come in and it's got everything you need: fitness, wellness, boutique classes, grab complimentary espresso, get a smoothie, do your recovery after.
Cold plunges,
saunas.
room.
We've got it all. And if you add it up, we were just doing the math, just basic math. It's way over $1,000 when you add in recovery and wellness to the fitness. So that's kind of our angle. That, yeah, people say, oh, that's a lot to pay, but add up what you're spending. It's kind of like your Netflix, your people have all these $14.99 or $9.99 subscriptions, right? You add them all up, it's more than your cable now, right? And I think people that do classes, they never add up what fitness costs them per month. So for us,
it's even worse if you don't use it.
Exactly.
So you continue making your donation and then you don't use it. Like, and we had to add more parking to our latest club because our members come too much.
Yeah.
But for us, that's success. Other people are like, that's high overhead. Well, we're like, well, we want people to actually use our membership. That's success if your people actually use your product.
Yes.
And the thing about fitness, you said the key word is community, right? Think of fitness as like, when I grew up, fitness, you'd go to the gym, right? You'd pump iron, right? You'd train before your sport. Now fitness is a lifestyle decision, right?
Yeah.
Young people, young thinking people that care about their body, fitness is not a discretionary spend. It's in your budget, right?
It's therapy. It's longevity. It's not about burning yourself out. It's keeping yourself going longer.
I'm a big Peter Attia fan. Like
totally
just,
biohacking, longevity. It's the zeitgeist right now. It's everything.
And we're going to be, when you think about it, when you come into Yorkville and you see the Avant, you're going to see just snippets. We're just getting going in this. Like we think like we're going to add in this, and we're putting in really neat things. We're putting in an alignment bed that Jen and I, when we're down at the show in Vegas, that comes from Korea, and it's a spinal alignment bed. It's super cool. Lymphatic drainage. Like people, what would people pay to do that lymphatic? You went. Well,
I was going. It was $120 for an hour. We both went, and we were like, okay, but $120? No, but why don't we just include it in the membership, and then you get it as part of it, and it's all in one place.
I really want you to talk about the experience you had in Vegas and then I want to lead into the U.S. because this is, I think Avant's the Aritzia of, it's going to be the Aritzia of fitness. Like the US and the rest of the world doesn't know what's coming from Canada.
Yeah.
So I've done trade shows all over the world for general merchandise, clothing, food, everything, but I'd never been to a fitness show. So I said to Jenna and Mike, I said, let's go to the best fitness show where everything's there. All our suppliers are there. I'm going to see everything to do with fitness, because remember, I've been only doing this for a year as CEO of this company. So I as an investor, now CEO. So we went down to Vegas and we went around and we went to see our one of our equipment suppliers that we're having maintenance issues with. And
laid down the
law of how like we're the fastest growing brand in Canada, and look, you got to start shipping,
mess with us.
you got to start shipping parts faster. Like we don't have broken equipment, okay? So you got to get you got to up your game. Well, so I said, let's talk wellness now. Like, it's not about fitness anymore. Anybody can open a gym. Anybody, right? But who can open a premium fitness wellness club, right? So then we're walking around and we see this big crowd of people around, and I go, what is over there? And it's this alignment bed. The inventor's right there. He's from Korea. And we get in line, and I said to Jenna, I got to get on. We both have bad backs. So I said, let's get on this thing, see how it goes. So he's got the whole working model. So we go on the bed for like 15 minutes each, and you feel great when you come out of it.
It's like heated, has like EMF, like near infrared heat. And then it's like basically like you have an acupuncturist going down your spine, each vertebrae. But it's like this machine. And it's heated. Yeah.
So we said, okay, so we're going to do something in Avant. Like, one thing about business, you have to try things, right? So we said, let's put this, we'll have the only one in Toronto. I said, let's put one in. So we ordered one, like once we got back from the show. And the other thing we saw at that show was tremendous amount of red light therapy. Tremendous amount.
It's the future.
So we said, okay, what are we going to do in Avant with red light therapy? So we said, okay, we've got the best massage chair around. It's like a 2 people massaging. It's unbelievable. And then we have these hyperized pants and stuff. And I said, would be really cool if they're in their hyperized pant and getting a red light therapy at the same time with a portable.
Biostacking, biohacking, stacking.
So again, so what do people pay for this in Toronto? Like it's and now
well, one, you can't get that.
Exactly.
Like,
so,
I don't even know what it would cost. Because
The other thing too we noticed was like the red light therapy. It's so new that there's a lot of BS.
Yeah.
We'll be like, oh, red light bed, but it's not enough power to actually do anything.
Yeah.
So we kind of had the BS detector up a bit looking at some of these because they're like, this is the new shiny object and this, and you see people buy them and you're like, okay, is someone actually going to get a benefit from this? So like vetting it to make sure it's actually legit, because we don't want to be selling snake oil. Like, and there's a lot of snake oil in the fitness industry, which we don't want to be like that. But that we will have red light. It will not be snake oil. It will be
the other good thing
light.
is we met the one of the I guess not creators of cold plunge. And
he actually is. Him and his dad.
So him and his dad, they started cold plunge for the Boston Bruins in their training room 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That's how it started. They had a training room, and we met so we look up at the sign at the back, and we see a guy in the cold plunge as their first ad. It's the owner's son.
Yeah,
who
the guy we've been talking to.
So then we made contact with cold plunge, learned a lot about cold plunging, like the quality of the water is very important, and the cleanliness of the water is very important.
Yeah, and it's not really adhered to in a lot of places. And that's why we didn't put cold plunges in right away, because it gets this layer of bacteria on top as you get a lot of bodies with like heated bodies getting in. You get a layer of bacteria on top that if you don't have the circulation proper and the chemical dosaging, like it's an absolute health hazard.
So we flew up the number one spa operator in the United States up to Toronto, and he said, can you please educate me on this? Because there's a lot of health problems that can be related to this thing. So he came up, and then we did a whole audit of what we were going to do, and then immediately changed course on what we're going to do. Instead of, like, you look at a lot of the franchise places, they're putting cold plunges into their facility.
With no circulation.
No circulation. You're jumping out of you're sweaty, you're getting out of a hot sauna and jumping into a cold plunge with no circulation.
It's disgusting.
That's not really.
And then it's like
It's not
repeat,
hygienic.
next
Exactly.
booking. Yeah.
So we said, so again, we're not going to do this. Okay. So we're going to spend the money. We're going to put in proper filtration. We're going to do it. And now we're going to launch cold plunge properly. Like, and when you get into AVANT, you're going to see a proper cycle where you do hot, shower, cold, breathing, relaxing. So it'll be a guided half hour of the proper way of doing it.
Capacity controlled as well, because like a lot of these places, if you want to go for a party in the sauna, that's a different type of vibe, but not a lot of people like that vibe long term. And
I really don't love being packed into a tight space,
hot,
in a
sweaty,
hot sauna
soggy
with like
towels.
82 people. I'm like, this is a rare form of torture for me.
Yeah, so taking the opposite approach of more space, lower capacities, more personalized approach to things, but
because we're personally limiting the capacity.
Yeah.
Like most of our competitors oversell, knowing that they're going to lose half them anyways, because
they're not going to come.
They're not going to come. They're not going to come. They're going to get bored or whatever.
It's also the model.
The model.
Like, that's been the model.
The model's been that way. So let's sell. So one of the things I said, let's just open a proper club, make people apply. What a novel concept, make people apply for a membership. Well, any great club you're going to join, you have to apply, right? Mm-hmm. But that's not the fitness model. Right? Yeah. So we just open up in Yorkville. I guess in Yorkville, they're not used to signing up for fitness because you can go to Equinox and show up and pay, or Barry's or whatever.
Not used to applying.
So we put out an application, and we got great information from our members just as they filled out the application. Like it was almost like a customer survey before we opened.
Yeah.
So we compiled all the data, knew that they wanted this. We found out that we needed more parking.
Yeah.
Than we need, because 25% of the people that filled out the application said they might have to park. So what did we do? We just went out and got parking, right? We had parking into the building, but it was inadequate. So we went out and got parking across the street specifically for us.
To save issues later.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it allows you guys to understand what your community wants.
Yeah.
It's such a fascinating concept, though, because to a lot of the listeners, and I feel like people in our circles, we've understood the importance of the recovery aspect, but it's so fascinating that the larger gym concepts, they haven't changed. Like, it's such an old model of like, there's
Change
weights,
is hard.
there's a pool, you know, like it's
Well, they usually just put amenities in, right? And they say, go have at it with a new amenity. But people don't know how to use the amenity. And when you don't use the amenity, you don't see value in it, and you're going to quit anyways.
Yeah.
So you need to show people how to use it, how to incorporate it into their routine, how to use it in their personal plan. That's the missing link, is like, how do you actually use it? It's like a fancy thing, but no one uses it because they don't know how. And then they're like, okay, I don't see any value in this.
Totally.
Thanks, but no thanks.
But just think of this as the merger of the best of boutiques, right, and the best of big box, even though there's very little of the best of big box,
the
right?
open gym concept.
We
doesn't exist.
So we've taken the open gym concept and put in curated pieces of machinery that we know they're going to use, and it can be part of a balanced workout, not just filling up a machine, a warehouse full of equipment and say, hey, go use it. So it's going to be great for our PTs, personal trainers, going through and helping take the customers, our clients, through their fitness journey, not having a bunch of equipment, right? So
yeah, well, we should touch on that, because really what AVANT's going to be is like a merge of like of an anatomy, you know, like in Miami, like a high-end,
Yes.
with high-end personal training, but with Soho House, with Remedy House, with this intersection of all of these like brands that people know all in one place. Because you guys are even offering personal training like every single day if you get the highest membership.
Yeah, so once a week, our top tier members can get, and they can add on. Like, we had a member buy our top tier Noir membership and then add on personal training, because he's like, yeah, this is all I like to do.
But think about AVANT. The reason why we pick Yorkville, especially One Bloor, it's the number one address in Canada, I think, like, or top 5, let's say, in Canada. So I think people are going to walk into this thing and they're going to say, where the hell did this thing come from? I want one in my city.
Oh yeah.
And then I've said this to my friends. I said, I think this is our international play. Just like you think about Aritzia clothing, like everyone says, oh, Canadian brands can't work in the United States. Yes, they can, when they do something better and different.
Aritzia, Lululemon,
Yeah.
there's tons of
There's
them.
tons of them,
Yeah.
but we always talk about the failures
Yeah.
of Canadians going south, like Jean Coutu, Canadian Tire, Loblaws. They all tried going south and they never were successful. These are big Canadian brands, but they didn't change what
They weren't disruptors.
They weren't disruptors.
Yeah.
Like, when you go to AVANT, like, you could say, I want one of these in
Scottsdale, in London, England.
Scottsdale, London.
Yeah.
We get some inspiration in London. Like, there's a lot going on in London.
Yeah.
From a food point of view, right? Like
The third space clubs are
third
really
space
well
clubs,
done out there.
very well done, but they don't do fitness like we do.
Yeah, I think that's the
Yeah.
missing piece.
Yeah.
It's like, this is a beautiful club. Even the Lifetimes in the US, it's like, this is
Beautiful,
awesome. I could
yeah.
bring my kid here, kids club, pickleball, everything. What am I doing for fitness?
Yeah.
Like, it's just so counterintuitive, because you're like, hey, I have a gym membership, but like, what do I do for fitness?
It's good, but it's not good enough.
Yes.
Like,
That's why boutiques still exist.
Yeah, but
right?
even for me, Scottsdale is such a perfect market to talk about. I'm blown away by the lack of options in a city with so much, like, a high net worth city.
So
like,
terrible.
It's so odd. Like, even LA, when I go to LA, like, Carrie's Pilates isn't dynamic anymore. You know, like, Soul Cycle isn't dynamic. Like, this is they emerged 10 years ago, and there's been no evolution to it.
Well, the problem is they pigeonhole themselves as well. Like, I remember it was 2018. Jenna and I were sitting down. We're putting in, let's franchise this. Let's go. And I said, you know what would be a cool idea if we had a bigger space, one central reception area, and then 3 boutiques. Because this is when the cycle studios were getting really popular. And then when I'd go down to New York, Jenna would say, let's go to Bears Boot Camp. Let's go to Orange Theory. Let's go do Rumble. Because I love Rumble boxing.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so well done.
So when I came to Altea, I said, what are we doing for boxing? I said, boxing's awesome. It's a great workout.
I love boxing.
You're punching. You can think like it's a lawyer you're punching into,
Yeah.
or someone you just had a bad.
That's why I like to go. There's always someone on the bags, like, their face.
Yeah, their
there.
face, yeah, exactly. And it's a great 45 minutes of punching. So,
Yeah.
so this is when you come to Yorkville, our instructor isn't going to be up on a little platform dancing around throwing punches. They're going to be down with you, showing you how to punch.
Yeah.
And this is what we want. We want our instructors with the people, right? They want, and show them how to do it. And nobody does that. And this is, again, what did I learn from Farm Boy? Do stuff that other people don't want to do, don't know how to do, or are too lazy to do it. Most businesses...
And they're too lazy to do it.
Too lazy to do it. I hate to say it. It's not physically lazy.
It's not convenient.
It's mentally lazy.
Yeah.
Change is hard,
Change
right?
is hard.
And doing things...
And why do things that haven't been proven? Right? Like, it's hard to have that disruptor mindset.
And disrupting is fun at the end of the day. It's fun to disrupt.
Super fun to disrupt.
When they think they got the best business, right, and you open across the street from them and you take away their business by doing it better, that's fun. It's a fun thing to do. And I like creating teams of passionate people that want to disrupt. They want to work together. They want to enjoy their job, work hard, play hard. And fitness is kind of ticks all the boxes when you think about it. Like the way we're going to look at it, fitness, wellness, and club. So that's pretty much what people want right now. And a place to connect. I'll tell you a story. So in our Ottawa club, 3 weeks ago, I'm walking out of the club, and I always go in the morning, do a workout, talk to the staff, and just see how things are going. Go to the sauna, listen to people. They don't know I'm the owner, right? One of the CEOs, so I'm listening to them talk about the club. So
It's
I'm
cool
getting,
that you go,
I'm getting,
too. That's awesome.
Yeah, gotta live the brand.
so I'm walking, and the very first day that I joined the Altea CEO, I was doing a workout in Winnipeg, and I did the interview with the Ottawa Business Journal in my sweaty gym clothes after
awesome.
finishing an LF3. I said, because you got to live the brand. So I have to share the story. I'm walking out of the club, and this lady I don't even know, and I'm being from Ottawa. Some people know I'm from Ottawa, and I've never met her. She goes, "Are you Jeff York?" I go, "Yeah." She goes, "I just want to thank you for changing my life." I said, "This is the best thing Ottawa's seen."
It is.
And you've seen it, right?
Yeah.
And nobody's doing it. And wait till people in Yorkville see what AVANT is. Ottawa's great. Ottawa's the best big box facility in Canada. I'd say top
Probably the
5 in
world.
North America.
Yeah,
Top
like-
5. Like we've been to one Lifetime we think's a little bit better because we don't have a rooftop pool.
Yeah, that's our
Okay?
limiting.
Okay, we don't have a
Yeah.
rooftop pool.
But we're
okay?
also,
We're also in
seeing
Canada.
people. Yeah.
2 months a year for
But the delivery of fitness and changing people's lives, and you want to talk about brand connection, changing someone's life, and somebody tells you that, that's how brands get viral, right? Why is
Cult-like status.
Cult-like
Yeah.
status. Like I always say, people always said, like, how do you get people to buy Farm Boy stuff? And I said, we don't. They want it. There's a need in the marketplace that's not being met by businesses.
Yeah.
In the fitness world right now, again, like I say, they sell memberships, right? Or they sell franchises,
Yeah.
right? And the customer is lost in the whole in the whole thing. So we think of that whole intersection. You come in and actually deliver something the customer wants. It's almost beyond their expectation,
Yeah.
and they'll become your best ambassador. They'll advertise for you. They'll tell their friends, right? And so, like we haven't been splashing all around Toronto, telling everybody on radio, TV, or whatever that we're coming to Toronto. Like we're not coming to Toronto. We're coming to Yorkville with a unique experience for a limited amount of people to join our club.
Yeah.
And you better join. Like you're gonna say, I wish I would have joined this club because we're gonna cut memberships. We don't want it to be overrun because
You
it's gonna
want
be
to
Yeah,
special.
we're gonna cap
personalized.
them. There's
Yeah.
gonna be a wait list.
Like we opened in Vancouver, okay? Equinox is the only competitor close to us in Vancouver. We sold out in 6 months. We went to wait list in 6 months. And I've never seen a brand go from East Coast to West Coast and sell out in 6 months.
No one even knew our
No
brand.
brand
brand new to
awareness.
the market.
It doesn't exist.
Zero
Yeah.
brand. Yeah.
And it doesn't really make sense, especially, I mean, the timing is so right for you guys with the whole pendulum swing with Maha, right? Like, people are, like, the Gen Pop is going healthier. Like, families
Yeah.
are going to be needing to join these kinds of concepts because the wool has been pulled from, like, we don't want to eat Twinkies anymore. We don't, like, people want to live healthier lives. They want to live longer lives. And it's now, it's being communicated from the bottom up. Like, the top always knew it, but that's also what's so smart about, even on the Altea side, you guys are, like, Lowe's are going out of business. Rona's are going out of business. Home Depot's are, like, there's space for this, even
Yeah.
from a real estate play.
We can be the solution for customers and for landlords at the same time.
Yeah.
Which is
It's a
the
great
place
space to be.
Yeah.
and not replaceable by AI. Like,
Exactly.
you're hitting
That's a
all
good
the
thing with our
boxes.
business is it relies on humans,
It needs
passionate
humans.
humans
Yeah.
to deliver, and we're okay with that.
And plus, like having
Use AI in other ways.
having a fitness wellness amenity in your office building, pretty cool way to get people back to the office.
Totally.
Because they'll want to get back to the office because they can go down and get the best workout in, right? So
Especially when for me, boutique fitness, like when I was younger, I could go and do a workout, and like I did. Now at a point in my life, I need to have money on the line and it booked in my calendar with a specific time slot so that I can go in and out in 45 minutes. On days where I love the range, because like I love some days to do like a weights and some days to do like a Pilates and some days to do a boxing. But what I love most about this concept is, imagine on the days where I just had some really annoying meetings and I can just go and do a recovery session, like just go do the hot plunge or like even in the morning, like going to work early to be able to finish on a cold plunge before you start the day. Like that is a massive differentiator for allowing me to pick that employer.
but think about it's your club, and you're deciding what you want to do with the
Your
club.
people.
So
Yeah, and the people that you want to be around.
Yeah.
Like, that's why we have an application, because we want to make sure that it's all motivated people. Like, they have shared values. It's not to be pretentious and all that. It's because we want to curate, like, an intentional community of people you feel motivated, you want to show up, you want to meet, you want to talk to when you're on a mat beside them or at a weight rack.
It's human connection, and there's a lot of people that don't want to golf, but being a part of a country club is attractive, right? Like what that community represents. Same with the Granite Club. I mean, like that's kind of, but it's like this is a better version of it. It's less stale.
And the other thing too is like we're not going to do the things that others do better. We're not running a restaurant.
No, but you don't even have a restaurant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have great smoothies and great coffee.
Great smoothies.
Yeah.
I love your smoothies at the Ottawa location.
Yeah.
They're like Arahan quality.
Yeah,
Well,
so those are going to be in Avant. Yeah.
They're
with,
fantastic.
yeah.
Well, just think, right? So booster juice, $10, right? Anywhere to get a smoothie.
Oh yeah, touch on this.
Yeah.
How you guys went in with this with pricing. I
Yeah.
love that you guys did this.
I learned this in the clothing business. What is the one thing when you buy an expensive coat that you get mad at the person that sold it to you? What is the one thing that really pisses you off?
They upsell you on something else.
No, when
Or
you
pay
pay
for
for
the garment
alterations.
thing?
Oh,
Yeah.
you pay for but they upsell you on something else.
Yeah.
Like the paying for the
Which should be included if you've already
Should be
paid for
included
Yeah.
when you're buying a great
Yeah.
outfit. So when we look at fitness, if someone's paying us a good price to come every month, right, bi-weekly, why would we try and make money off of all the ancillary things in our club off of them when they're already part of our club? So the first thing I did when I came in, I said, our smoothies are $10 and they're going to be great because Booster Juice is $10. And they're I'm not slagging their smoothies. They're better than having a Coke or a.
But they're not fantastic.
They're not fantastic. So we put in handcrafted smoothies at $10.
Arahan quality, $20 US minimum,
100%.
$25
Yeah.
US minimum smoothies for $10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To not
then-
gouge them.
And we're not like a lot of restaurants will go, if it's $2 food cost, I've got to sell it for 10. That's not what we're doing. I said, we're not making money on our food and on our smoothies. We're going to make it the best for the customer. Different way of thinking, right? So as opposed to try and make money on everything you do off your member, no, like give them something unexpected, right?
Yeah.
Something
Surprise
better.
delight.
No,
Well,
the
that
same
was-
with tipping too.
Yeah.
Like we took away tipping from all the clubs because
It's
there's
annoying.
nothing more
Yeah.
annoying than 35% tip like automatically on the register. It's like
Yeah.
why you just made me a smoothie? Like we just said let's just pay our people more so we don't need to be asking members for tips.
Yeah.
And is that more expensive for us? Yes, better experience for the member. So we're about the member. So we rolled that out a couple months ago. And we get a bit of pushback on that. Yes, it's different, but it's annoying to be asked for a tip when you're already paying enough.
Totally.
So
It's
and-
also annoying too for so much of what you're saying is actually it echoes so many of the best branding books that I've read, and one that keeps coming up is like The Unreasonable Hospitality. Have you guys read that by Will Guidara?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm a big fan of Danny Meyer.
Yeah.
Setting the table.
Yeah.
Like it's a classic one, right?
But
And-
they're partners.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it also comes from making the customer's journey
The best.
the best.
The best.
There's nothing like your napkin is cloth and it's folded a certain way. Your silverware's polished. Your glasses never go on the table unless somebody has given it that once over, right? They do all the little things, right? The bread arrives 2 minutes after you sit down. The appetizer comes 12 minutes, right? The main course has to come at between 38 and 40 minutes. Like, these are the best standards, and we want to do this in fitness. Like, think of setting the table. Like, we want to do that in fitness and wellness, right?
And we actually did do, like, for the AVANT Club, we sat down with our construction team and our operations team. We said, okay, let's actually go through how someone's going to use this space. So we properly set up the right equipment in there, the right storage for the equipment. How are we going to lay out the mat? What's going to be on it? What equipment's going to be at the station? How is the member going to experience the space? And then what's the standard we're going to set so that our team follows it? So it's a repeatable, amazing experience every time. And because most times, like, leave it up to the instructor. They're rushing, they come, it's not set up properly. And it's just like, okay, people are going to expect more from us and we're going to deliver, but we need to have planning. We need to understand how people are going to use the space, and we need to just put that into our training from day one. So
is it hard to do?
Yes. Extremely. And it's not cheap either, but we're going to do it.
It's a great brand. Like, having systems, and that's, most people, they skimp on the systems, but that's where you can't have it be repeatable every single time. You don't have consistency.
And you literally have nothing.
You have nothing.
You are not going to be able to scale that at all, and it's like reinventing the wheel every time.
Totally.
Yeah.
What has been some of the feedback that you've been receiving, either on the negative side or positive? Like, what are your competitors, like, what are you sensing from the industry? Are they ready for this? Are they fearing this?
Well, Equinox,
they don't want it.
Yeah, they don't
talking
want
trash about us.
Well, they knew, because we in Vancouver, our biggest source of member was from Equinox, because they weren't living up to their brand promise.
Yeah, they oversold the gym. They couldn't get parking. And now we started with saying, not really advertising that we're going to have parking. And then we found out 25% plus people plan to drive, and we're like, okay, we need to go and find more parking. And then we find out that they're going and telling everyone on the tour, oh yeah, they don't have parking, they're not even going to open. So we know that they see us, you know, we're doing our thing, and you just gotta level up to compete.
Equinox is a marketing company.
Yeah, exactly.
They're great marketing
amazing
company.
Marketers.
If you go on their website, like, it's awesome.
It's sexy. It's mysterious.
Yeah. But again, like, the results come to our facility, you will see results.
Yeah.
And you won't leave.
And this is the thing, we're going to change the math of the industry. We like of turning over half your membership. That's just not going to happen. It doesn't happen. People want to stay, and they want to stay and stay as a member at our club. And AVANT, I think it's even going to be higher, because we've got all these other wellness amenities we're adding as well. So.
Well, that was the biggest thing that I just was like, red flag immediately when we came in as investors and we're learning more about big box, because I was so laser focused on boutique, where our attrition is like, we try and keep, you know, if 3 to 5% of people cancel, like anything more, we are PO'd, because it's like way harder for us to get a member. Like, we really want to preserve them. And they're like, oh yeah, our industry average for fitness is like 35 to 50% of members quit a year. I'm like, what?
You're constantly chasing.
Sorry, what? This is crazy. And that's why you just see everyone's always marketing with these discount promotions, trying to fill people in instead of focusing on, how do I retain the member? And then I like thinking of it now as like, what's our retention percentage versus, oh, we're okay with our members quitting, 35% of our members quitting every year. Like, that to me is, you failed as a business if that many people are quitting. Like, I would be embarrassed if I'm running a company and that's the metric. Like, that to me is just unacceptable. People are not using your product. Your product's crappy, and you need to like reevaluate.
Yeah.
But
well, that's what makes it so fascinating, because you guys would understand like the way that they structure it better, but it's like they almost like they have to like almost run outdated in order to make up for the money, but like, because the way that they do the depreciation, right? Like, of the typical concept.
It's like just so expensive to even just like start a gym.
But then that's why they're not updating it. Like, all these gyms are so outdated, these concepts. That's why your model makes more sense, because what makes boutique difficult is you're more dating a boutique concept. You're not married to to use that terminology. But I'd rather have 6 boutiques under one roof and pay a marriage fee than like just be dating all these different places. Like, it actually makes more sense.
Yeah, doing random workouts at all of them. Like, what if all of them merged together to create an ideal 7-day plan for you?
But they were all good. They were all as good as or better than the individual ones.
Well, I think everybody's looking at their their monthly spend now. I don't care how much money you make. Everybody's noticing what they pay for their subscriptions.
Totally.
And they're going,
Making
why am I
cuts.
wasting this money? So I still come back to, if you're a fitness enthusiast, you go to multiple locations to get what you cycle, Pilates, berries, or whatever you need to get. We are an extreme value play. Okay, we're a value play for somebody that's maybe only doing one of them, right? Because we're going to give them everything else that they're not getting.
Yeah.
Like a Pilates place, generally the Pilates place is more expensive than us just for their Pilates, and you're getting 5 other boutiques.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say our Pilates experience is going to be better than theirs, but it's going to be just as good, and we're going to have better instructors. Okay, so like you can never keep up to people's bouginess of their amenities, right? But we're going to have a great space with great instruction.
I don't
So-
know. Like, I don't know how much more dynamic. Like, what are you really looking for? Like, they're not gonna have like a Ninja Creamy stand at the front where you can't like froyo on your way out. Like, you have smoothies. You've got. To me, it really is the recovery aspect. Like, if you can have a recovery session after you do Pilates, that's a better experience. Like, that's really what you're looking for, because we now understand that everything that you're activating, you need to do on the back end to make sure that you're recovering properly. Because I did many years of working out and not stretching, and I'm paying the price now. And when I go to do a yoga class, I'm like the 60-year-old man in the back, because I'm like now needing to like stretch out. So like I see the importance of recovery, and you need to have that as part of the regime. I did a berries class 2 days ago, and like they did no stretching at the end of it, and I just like ran a marathon and did crazy weights, and I'm like at midway through the day, I'm like stiff, I'm like hobbling out, and like you need to have these pieces.
Just being able to like make that reservation, dedicating that time for your own self-care, that's meaningful, and we need that. So even if it's not stretching, etc., it's like just to zone out in a massage chair, an acupressure bed, or get some lymphatic drainage, like creating that space. Like one of the spaces we're calling the Haven. It truly is an escape from the busyness, from your crazy lifestyle, to just focus on you. And
the other thing that it's controversial to some people, but not to us, you're checking your phone. There's no phones, there's no selfies, there's no videos. Okay.
Yeah, we have a strict no photo policy to protect the privacy of the members.
And
also the
And just be present.
The gyms have turned into like film studios, right? When you go into them now, and it's to me like if
It's
you're going
annoying.
exactly, and leave your phone for your workout. You shouldn't be on your phone during your workout. Plus, they're hard workouts. You shouldn't even have your phone near you. So-
Honestly, I hate it. When I go to F45, they're constantly like filming me while I'm doing the workout, and I'm like, can you not? Like,
Yeah.
I don't really want to be like your marketing on your Instagram stories that I'm here. Like and I understand it from a business perspective, because like I know how hard it is for businesses to market, but also as the customer, I do find it annoying. So, like I can see it from both sides, but I think it's brilliant that you guys are creating a space where it's like unplug, be present.
Yes.
If this isn't for you, no problem.
There's other options. There's 7 million people in the market.
Go where you need to go.
Yeah.
We're
I
not.
love
Yeah,
that.
we're not telling everybody we're the place for you.
Well, we're not going to be able to fit everyone.
We'll fit them in anyway. But we want to be the place for people that take fitness, wellness, and their health and longevity seriously.
Yeah.
And we're the place for them.
Yeah.
There'll be no competition, really, when you think about it. That from that lens, sure. There's like we don't have racket sports. We don't have any space, so you're gonna go do your racket sport somewhere else. But pretty much do everything else.
Well, I mean, in Yorkville, it's a hard ask to be like, can we also have space for
Rooftop pickleball.
squash, pickleball?
coming.
Although the pickleball in Ottawa is a moment. That like
The 6 pickleball courts.
It was crazy how it looked like a tournament style. Like
Every day, it's like
was
that.
packed.
But that's like a whole other subset of people that would never sign up for a gym membership, but now they're coming and getting more fit. Like we have a learn to run program geared towards our pickleballers, because
They need
playing
cardio.
4 pickleball games a day, like you need to still bulletproof your body. You're getting into weird positions. So
And the yoga.
yoga, we're doing mobility for pickleballers. So
That's amazing.
but it's kind of getting people drinking the Kool-Aid subtly of, okay, you came here for the pickleball, you're gonna come also do the recovery lounge and the other fitness stuff. So
to level up your pickleball.
you kind
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you kind of like sneak it into this whole like longevity, full 360 approach to like your fitness, your recovery, and everything by you have different amenities that appeal to different people, and then they're like, oh, I'll try boxing. Oh, I really like that. Now I'm going to incorporate it into my routine. And you get people to start becoming more well-rounded versus like, I only do Pilates 5 days a week. Okay, that's great, but it's not going to build muscle. Like as you age, you need more lean muscle. So let's incorporate X, Y, Z in, and then kind of blending it in. That's why we kind of refer to it as like a fitness ecosystem. Like everything works together, and we can kind of get people exposed by like personalizing the approach, and then you get the advanced body composition scan, and we can actually see
what you need.
Okay, you want to lose weight? Well, you don't even have enough muscle right now to be able to lose weight. So first we got to build muscle, then we can, you know, tweak your diet, tweak your nutrition, your workouts,
but
and
think
start
about
losing
it.
fat.
Think about what the whole world's moving towards: personalization.
Yeah.
Fitness hasn't moved to personalization.
It's extremely
trusted at all.
difficult.
We
That's
are.
what we're trying to do AI now, personalization. It's like, okay.
And AI,
To a degree.
like, and fitness, it's a way to not have staff. AI is like, we don't need staff. We want to get our costs down. We're the opposite. We want you to work with the trainer. We want you to have small classes so that you'll get the attention you need.
Well, you need someone to put your hand on your back to just like help you get into that better angle for a deadlift. Like that's how you get injured, right? Like AI can say, like, I don't want to be learning how to do a deadlift through a YouTube video or through an AI robot.
And like I love AI, don't get me wrong, but every time I'm seeing, I refer to it as my assistant. I love it, but for specific things. And you could totally tell when people use AI in the wrong way. And it's going to be the same thing for fitness. Like, you know, oh, AI told me to do this, and you just go tweak your back doing something that you shouldn't be doing. Like, and I'm seeing all these like AI fitness apps, and I just look at them, to Jeff's point, you're just trying to get rid of labor and run a cheap operation. Like, yes, AI cuts costs, but like the human element is so important, especially in like motivating, form corrections, certain things like that, community, like an actual person getting you to show up and feel accountable. You don't replace that with technology. You can supplement it, but
the one word that does describe AVANT is personalization. And the industry is so afraid of personalization because it's expensive.
Not scalable.
It's not scalable. But when you go to your boutique and you get great service, you're going back to that place because they just, and that's what in fitness, nobody does that. And our people, if you meet our team, you're going to want to go to their class because we're going to have the best person teaching Pilates, the best person in hot yoga. Plus the studios are fantastic as well, so you feel special when you come in. And again, we are not a gym. We're a premium fitness wellness facility club, right? And that's what people need to see, and join the club or get on the wait list. And in Vancouver, we have people sitting on wait lists for 6 months. Their number comes up, we call, they get in. That's where we're at. And we did no advertising in Vancouver either. It was all word of mouth. All word of mouth.
Because people are sick of the current industry. They want change.
Exactly.
Yeah. They're frustrated. And I
was just out there 2 weeks ago, and it was fantastic. Like, it was like, the club was amazing. Vancouver's a special place as well. You can be outside, inside, and it's just, it was sunny that day as well. But it was just a fantastic experience. The staff were all up. The members loved it. And again, like, I don't think that's out in the industry.
And also having a nice place. Like, usually the gym, it's like, gotta go to the gym. But what if you had a space that inspires you and like makes you excited to go? Like bright light, greenery, you know, friendly faces, stuff that you actually want to do. You have a reservation, so you don't need to think about what you're doing for a workout. You don't have to go. Like, I remember being like not going to the gym. I would talk myself out of it because I didn't know what to do when I got there. And I'd be like, well, I don't know what I want to do. And this is as a D1 athlete, I don't know how to train myself. And now I don't ever think that way because I'm like, well, I can go do a class. One of our 8 studios, I can book something in there. Yeah. And I think a lot of people struggle getting off the couch and motivated because they're like, I don't know what to do when I'm there. I'm super insecure. I'm not confident. I don't know my way around the weight room. And I think they think that's their only option, right? And the having the opportunity to offer all these ways that people can get fit, move, empowered when they leave, that's really awesome, because the reason people don't join these places is because they don't know where to start. They feel like they don't know what to do when they show up.
And I think the big thing we're going to do better is, like, we have women fitness leaders in our business, right? Because women need to lift. Okay, you're going to age better, right? You're going to keep your muscle mass, right? And and you go through, we over cardio, right?
Yeah.
We get, when you look at the runners build, right? They don't age well.
No, they get gone.
And
Yeah.
this is the thing we're trying to
Weak
do is like,
bones.
especially when you do proper boutique fitness, right? Because right away you're giving a guided way to get muscle on. But it's the right muscle. You don't get bulky. This is this whole thing. I'm not going to lift because I'm going to get bulky. That's not it. Is you're going to get fit at the same time, right? And grow muscle mass and age.
It's so hard to get bulky. You have to work very hard
Yeah.
to bulk up but I actually think what's interesting about what you guys are doing is it's more complicated than easy. You guys are leveraging technology, and by creating a membership experience, the instructors know who's coming into their classes. So it's like going to a Better Than a Barry's or Better Than a Soul Cycle, and the instructor knowing that you have a shoulder injury, or them knowing your body scan and what you're working towards in order to ensure that this program makes sense for you. Like, imagine when you go to your boutique class, the instructor knows you're going to be in the class today, already has a profile, because your guys' app technology and the way that the ecosystem works is it's better than it just being human powered. Like, it's human and tech powered.
And plus the instructor gives you options. Like in each LF3 class you go into, they'll say there's 3 different ways to do this lift with 3 different weights, and you can do it with dumbbells, barbells, or body weight. It's not about going in and lifting big weight. It's about lifting properly and putting on proper muscle mass.
L3's so well done. I mean, like, that studio in Ottawa is world class. It's gangbusters.
There's nothing like it.
Nothing like it.
Yeah.
But we made strength training for them, like results driven strength training for the masses. That's like a workout that you don't know has happened, because as soon as 45 minutes is done, you're like, wait, I just did all that. But we were obsessed about the product for 8 years. Like,
Yeah, it's a great
we
product.
did like the flow, down to the breathing, down to the timing, down to how long the warm-up is, like what exercises, like how we program the whole classes. Like, we were maniacs about it. But I think that's what's allowed us to have this lens of, okay, we know how to make boutique really great. Bringing it into big box, we've been doing that for 8 years. So bringing it in, you have these amazing amenities, way better than a 4,000 square foot studio.
Literally.
Where you have no budget to do anything. Now you have a way bigger budget, way better amenities. You can attract way better talent because they actually want to come work at these amazing, beautiful
Spots,
clubs. And I just feel like the merriment of both is just where it's at. And I know people are not going to do it because the industry is lazy. It's very hard to do. And if you haven't had a lot of bad experiences to learn from, and you don't understand what makes people want to do boutique and why the industry still, like, we would fight against big box. Like that, I spent that whole time trying to take members from big box, which is like a third of our price and offered way more than us. So when you know how to win against big box, you bring the best of both worlds inside. I don't know how you don't win taking those two concepts together. I don't know. And we just feel really excited to be bringing this because, I don't know, this is my favorite place. We're creating what I want in a facility.
And what I want in the world.
Yeah. So
this is what my dream fitness and wellness club has. And it's cool because we're going to continue adding more to it. It's like, oh, that looks cool. Let's put it in our next club.
So here's something that's interesting. So it's just a personal goal of mine is to have a $3 billion brand out of Ottawa. So we have Giant Tiger, $1 billion brand, Farm Boy, $1 billion brand. And the reason I'm so passionate about this industry, first of all, I'm working with my daughter is extra special as well, is making this into $1 billion brand because I believe that's the opportunity. So people say, yeah, the gym industry, whatever. It's not the gym industry. We're going to disrupt it, just like Giant Tiger. Nobody took Giant Tiger seriously, right? We took it across Canada. Farm Boy, oh, you can't compete against these guys. Yes, we can, right? Alteo, Avant, we're going to do the same thing. And build the team and just wait till you see it.
I'm super pumped. Well, you guys are like anti-social people, so I guess we should call out Avant and where people can apply. So where can people apply and where can they follow along with Avant if they want to learn more?
Yeah, so definitely follow us on Instagram, avant.toronto. We also are very active on LinkedIn because we know a lot of our business community is following our journey. And our site, they can apply avant-club.com.
Cool.
Yeah. Thanks for calling out that we are anti-social media.
This is your guys' first podcast.
Exactly.
But this is going to go on the TikTok and the Instagram. So thanks for listening, guys, and thanks for coming in. I'm so
Thank you.
excited for
Thanks
this
for
to
having
open.
us. Yeah.
Great, thanks.
We're pumped.